Hello everybody, this is Sonia. I'm in Australia and it's a beautiful day today. Yesterday it was 26 or 27 degrees coming home from up the street. Oh dear, it was so nice, the sun was shining. Oh, it was so nice. Anyway, I went shopping, had a good day. Today I'm going to put some stitches on this piece because this piece is something that I made earlier, one time, and I was doing something, Corrine was doing it, I think. Corrine, I can never say that lady's name properly. Anyway, so I'm sure she was doing this. I did another one, not exactly the same as this, and I don't know if this is the one I did in a video or not. But this is a piece of the doily that I cut out. I cut off this doily and it's got a whole heap more stuff on it that I can use. There's something that's not really good, but you can, fix that. So I got that, and then I've got pieces of a tablecloth, and this is a piece of fabric that's been about a bit, and it's very thin, so when I put it on, I turned it over because I wanted not to be able to see through it that much. This one you can see through a bit, but it's not too bad. It's a nice calico one, and anyway, so I put those on like that, and now I'm going to do some stitching on it, make some vines or something, because I wanted to do that sort of thing, and then I'm going to put it in the journal. So all I need to do now, of course, is find the cotton, which I never thought to do that before. I've got some of this, but I do want to use. So yesterday, we'll go for a little look at what I got yesterday. I had a really good time. I bought some fabric, but I won't show you that today. I don't think it's only second-hand stuff. I bought 2 needles in the packet too off that. Now that woman, I got 2 needles, the other one's in another place. I said to her, "You got any sharp needles with a big eye?" I said, "Didn't I sell you some of those?" "I've sold you some of those." I thought, yeah. I said, "Well, I can't have any more." Anyway, talked her to it, and she sold me these. So these are chenille needles, and they're 18 to 24. And I wanted them because I wanted to see the packet and the size. And I know the one that I'm using out in the other room is a smaller size than that. So I don't know what that one is. But anyway, so I got a bit of thread. Now this one I've already been using. So these she sold me. I had to pay $2 each for these, but I think they're dearer than that in the shop. Well, I hope so, because I'll be a bit upset if they're not. So these are a bit bigger than what. So this one's not. This is a size 5. That's a good size to sew. These ones here are a 3. Now that's a bit thicker, but they're really nice DMC ones that you can couch down with or something. They're really pretty. So I got those. I bought this one here. She only charged me $1.50 for this. This is like it's a ribbon sort of thingy. Really nice bit of stuff, whatever that is. So I'm keeping it in there though. Keep it tidy, because I've got stuff. I don't like it when it gets all rolled around everywhere. And then I bought these. I've got other things in the tin, so I'm just trying to get this out of here because there's the lady that's got the shop here now, she's only got the stranded thread. She doesn't have these. These are cotton embroider. The cotton embroider. And the size of them is, I don't know, where does it say that? Anyway, she charged me $1 each for these, and I don't think that was too bad. But these are the only colours that she had, which was a shame, because I think did I get 2 yellow? I thought I did. Can't see another one in there though. But I'll go back and get some more later on, I think, because that was a good buy. And these are a good size for sewing, like your bits. I would have liked to have got some greens and pinks and things, but these are only colours that she had. But that doesn't matter, so I have some of those. Then I got a thicker lot. These ones are a bit thicker. These are the same thing. Well, not exactly, but these are cotton embroider too. They're number 4. So that's the size 4 these are. So they're a good, nice thickness, but they'll sew really nice. And they were $1 each, I think. So I did buy a fair bit of cotton, but it costs a lot of money. I think some of these were, just outrageous prices they are in the shop. Well, not outrageous, they're worth the money. Don't get me wrong, they are worth buying, but if you can get them cheap, well, that's a good thing, you know. Put that back in there. So I need some green. Do I want green? Yes. And that's not in there, because I couldn't get it. Oh, that's right, I got this. So there's the ones I've been using here. This is one I bought the other day for $1 at Vinnie's. $1. Oh, isn't that good when you think they cost $5 to $7 new? You know, so people, and I've been collecting up as much as I can. I'm like a bellbird. Just getting as much as I can. That's a good thickness, that needle, and it's got a good eye on it too. I hope this thread's through here okay. Come on, you can do this, Sonia. Okie dokie. Righto. I hope it's not too long. I'm going to do a stem stitch to start with. And I probably need a line to draw on. And I don't like the water-soluble thing. I want an iron one. I want an ironing one. So I'm going to do a line. I wonder if I can do it without... I can do it with this. I'm going to do it with this. Should I? I guess I better do it with this blue thing. Not a fan at all, I'm afraid. So, well, we could make it so it's sort of, that's hanging off it, couldn't we? You know, like, maybe not so down that low. Let me see. Whoops. Okay. See, that happens, doesn't it? I don't like that. Okay, I've got to curve that so it goes around there. Around there. Sort of. I need it to do that. I don't need it to be weird. Anyway, that'll do for a basis. I don't want to do any more of that drawing. I like drawing on me stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start down here and I'm going to do a stem stitch or a chain. I do like to do a chain stitch and then whip that through. But I'll do a stem stitch today on this because then I'll have to go and wash the piece of stuff. I'm going to have to wet it after to get all that blue off there. Try not to do it too tight. Don't pull your thread too tight in your fabric. Righto, now let me see. I'm going to flatten this down. I think I might flatten that down. I should have probably ironed it. I could finger press it down though. That done. I was going to try and see if I could get some fabric and do a little bit of applique. So I'm going to look at doing that later. I'm going to have to flatten that out because that's going to be too thick to sew through. Because I'd like to do lots of different things in this book, or even for myself in general. I just want to do lots of different things with sewing, you know, embroidery and that, because there's so much stuff out there and it's such good fun. And I've really got myself really interested in it now, which I used to always be, but I got a little bit, I might have sewed for many years and now I'm going to have I'm not having a break because I'm back at it now, but coming up with different ideas of things to do too, that's another thing, you know, so I have to look in the books and things to see if I can find something different. I've got to do different sort of things because it keeps your mind busy, doesn't it? Learn different stuff. Keeps your mind busy. So I had a big day out yesterday. I didn't get home until nearly 1 o'clock. But that's okay. I was just doing shopping and talking. Oh, well, everybody, you know, because we're in a small town, there's no way you could go up the street without seeing somebody you knew and having a yarn. It's just no way. It's not possible. And then yesterday when Jeremy was away, Woolworths, what's the name, machines went down, so you couldn't use your card in there, right? So you had to go to the bank and get your cash out. Well, thank goodness the credit union's only a couple of, you know, shops down from the Woolworths, and Jeremy come up there and we got some cat litter stuff, and I went down to the credit union to get the money out, and while I come back, this lady was talking to him about him and this woman was there solving the problems of the world. I got back. But because, you know, this cash business about us going cashless, we can't do that. There's just no way. Because what if this happened? You know, nobody would have been able to buy anything if they didn't have, if the cards didn't work, you couldn't, and the girl said to me, and she was an office girl, she come down, she said to me she didn't. I asked her about something before Jeremy got there, and she said that she worked in the office, that she was just down there because they had nothing to do up there because all the computers and everything were out. Now, how on earth are we supposed to do anything if that happens? Anyway, with no cash, do I want to do this? I might come back through a bit because I want to go around the corner there. So I'm going to come back through here, sort of weave it through, so I'll go under that bit. Go under this bit. Where am I? Yeah, so it was, and then when I went down to the credit union, I told the girls down there, and they said, oh dear, they said, remember last time this happened? They said, you know, they were short-staffed yesterday too, she said, and, you know, everybody be coming in there looking for money. I said to her, I hope you got enough money for everyone to get a bit, or whoever needed it. Because if that happens, what are we supposed to do if we got no cash? Now I'm confusing myself, I'm too much talking. I want to do a stem stitch. Sonia, what are you doing? I'm going to do it this way. I have to go backwards because I made a mistake and I can't take that out that way. I don't think. Was this going to work? Yeah, of course it will. If you were left-handed, I think it would. Don't know. Anyway, so that was that. And then I went and did talking. And a tiny bit of shopping. Only went to 2 shops. And had to go and get the food items. Jeremy went up to get some of the big items and he brings them home in the taxi and then I get the rest. It was beautiful outside. The day was so beautiful. Now if I take that right to there and then do something fancy to make that look right. I hope I haven't pulled that too tight. Goodness. I need some little bits coming up from there, don't I? We need to do a bit of this. I need to do it a bit longer. Have some of those on it. Well, I've got to be honest with you, I never planned on doing this to this till I seen it this morning. Because I come in here thinking I might do something about, do some applique, and I was looking for some fabric that had some pieces of, nice bits of flowers and things on that I could cut out and sew. So how do you, that looks really cool, doesn't it? I'm going to have to move my chair in a bit. I like that. Should I put a couple down in through here too? Should I colour that? Might do it a different colour, I think. Might leave that for a minute. I need to do some leaves and bits around the edge of this. Something. But I do like to use an already there thing, and you know, I do like to use something somebody will and fix it, you know. Make it different, might sound better. Tell me then saying I'm going to fix it. So that there needs to be sewn, but I might just do a straight stitch down that to flatten that down. What do you reckon? I'd do a straight stitch down there and just flatten it. Because I wanted to put that on there, and I measured it on the page and it was only just going to fit, see, because I put the book together a bit. Move that. So I've got the pages in. and everything else is in there as well. But to put this in here, you can't have it any wider, see? I can't have it any wider than that, so that's what I'm working on there. Still haven't got the cover finished, but that'll happen. I do like what I've done with this so far. Now I'm going to do something else and make it a bit more jazzy. Don't know what yet, but I might put some bits on this as well and sew that down there. So let me see, what colour will I use, because I'm a bit of a stickler for the same thing, aren't I? I do like to do use the same colourways in things. I just can't help myself. I can't drift off into the abyss. So here's another one of these that I got cheap. So I'm going to keep buying any of these I see, because really I don't want to ever pay $7 for one of these. Oh, I couldn't believe that's how much that lady said that they were. I could not believe it. And I'm sure there was the sort of one she had too, that brand. When there's so much out there, there's people have got rid of, so you might as well pick it up when you can. It doesn't matter if you're planning on doing a lot of stitching. By gee, this is a pretty colour, isn't it? Look at me. I'm like a bowerbird. I'm so distracted with thinking, look at that. Isn't that beautiful colour? I do like that. But I'm going to put this mauve down here, right? I've gone off into my colourways again that I really like. I can't help myself. I mean, you can use whatever things you like to use. I don't know, I'm going to do something fancy. I'm not going to just do a plain stitch. Let's do a row of something else. Let me see. Get up here and start at the top. I hope I'm showing you how to do these things properly. Probably not. I'm just waffling on here and wandering along doing whatever I feel like. So I've got this nice cotton. It's a crochet thread, and it's really thin and it's very nice. It's probably it's thinner than a. This is a 5. No, this is an 8, and this is thinner than an 8. Look, see? Can you see the difference? Now the 8's really good to sew with. 5's a bit too big, but it's not too bad. And this one here is thinner, so this might be about a 6 or a 4. Could be like a 4, like those other ones I had in the tin that I showed you. Did I show you them in this video? I don't remember, to be honest. So I'm going to do one of these things here. We're going to do a stitch across that way. I was going to use this as my line. I went off the track a bit there, so I'm going to try and sneak back over to the line. Put that one there, right? Then you come down here. Right, you go up through there. This is a wheat ear stitch, I think. Okay, and then you go down in there. Righto. There we go. Now we go up here. Down at the bottom. And because I'm doing it on this join, it's okay. I stabbed myself, by the way, about this then, because I'm working on this tiny little corner here, which is, it's okay, but, you know, in a perfect world, Sonia would have put this in a hoop or something to fasten it in there so it wouldn't get you, because sometimes working this sort of thing is really hard if you want a tiny little piece like this to hang on to. But I guess I've been doing it a long time. That's probably why I'm nearly managing to do it okay. I'm not going to be squatting too much about it. There we go. Over here. Down here. So this morning I read on Facebook that our neighbour, who is an elderly man around the corner, known for very many years, like, you know, just known him and that, and he's always been nice people and that sort of thing. And anyway, his wife put up there that he was just out of hospital yesterday. He just come out of hospital. He did not even get into the house. He fell and broke his hip. Now, how bad is that? So today, and I think he's in his early 80s, today he's off, I think he's that old, he's having an operation. Now, isn't that stinking, the poor old fella? They were going to try and get him in a different house because it's got steps and that, but he's poor old thing. I hope he doesn't have a hard time, but can't see. It's going to be easy. Fancy that happening to you. I don't know why he's in hospital. I know that he has a lot of issues. He couldn't walk very well anyway. How did he break his hip? I'll never know. Obviously, these things are sent to try us, aren't they? Is what the words my mother used to sent to try you. Where does that come from, me grandma? Things are sent to try you. I think. Poor old fella. I'm scared all the time that I'm going to fall down again. So I've got to keep myself upright as much as I can. From the time I got this, well, the osteoarthritis I've had for nearly 30 years, I suppose, but from the time the doctor said to me, try not to fall down. Oh, yeah, right. None of us want to fall down. And the last time I fell, I've not been, I've been really worried ever since, because if I fall and break something, okay, that's wrong. I made a mistake, didn't I? Because I was too busy talking again. If I fall and break something, I'm a goner, because they're not going to be able to fix me. You know, I'll have to just lay there till whatever. So I've got to be really careful. So this is going to have this piece going up in through the bottom of it here, look. See? Up round in there, righto. This is a really pretty thing I'm doing. I'm making some books to put my work in. Nearly finished. Like, I seen Corrine do it, and she showed us how to make these books, so I'm doing some with this nice hinge they got on them, the fabric hinge they got on them, so I can put my bits in there, because I've found so much stuff that I've only done tiny pieces of to show you stuff, and then unless I want to sit down and turn them all into something, you know, which I don't feel like doing that really, because then I feel like I should be stitching instead. Now, should I keep going all the way, or should I just stop there? I'm thinking that would be enough, because I really do think, because I just feel that way inclined. When I get to the bottom of here, I think it needs to stop there, and then I can find something else. I remember I was sitting there thinking to myself, gee, not with me hand hurting and stuff, you know, like that. This is not easy. I know that's a stupid thing to say, but it doesn't. That looks really cool. Anyway, it brought back to mind in 1993, which was right back in the year dot, I suppose. I graduated as a little craft skills teacher, and I went to the presentation night, you know, and we were sitting there, and they said, you know, for the presentation of the little craft skills teachers, and this man said, why are they giving them a certificate? He said, because they can use a machine. Well, you know, that didn't go down good. People just have got no idea. This is really good fun, but not necessarily easy all the time. You know, it's something that I would never ever give up, and I just love all of it. But it's not just using a machine, rude man. I don't know why he said that. I thought it was really bold of him, but anyway. Fancy giving them a certificate so because they used the sewing machine. There was more to it than that, mate. A lot more. We had a lot more to do. Design, technology thing, colour, all that sort of stuff. You had to do. We learned to do everything, like embroidery, quilting, patchwork, the whole 9 yards. You know, it was. Oh dear, there! Look at me. I went well. I did pass, but now these things falling to pieces on me. That's not good. Ah dear. I'll come up here and stitch this from down here, eh? Because that's what I want to do. I want to put these stitches on here and I'll stick that. Sorry about that. I'll stick that back together. I've got 3 strands of this one because I really like it. It's pretty. And I'm going to take it up here because I want to. That's the only thing with the stranded thread. You know, I've always used it, but since I started using the pearl cottons, I just really like them, you know. I really do. I think a lot of people might have thought that too. But if you need a very thin piece, these are good. So I'm going over about 2 of those, under 2. Just making a stitch up there to hold that down. Because it does tend to split these two. And that's all right. Keep it reasonably straight, Sonia. My poor husband is still sick and I don't know what's going on. Last night he said he was really giddy. Today he reckons he's better. He's been up to town back. Walks, because we don't have a car. Never have done. So he's walked everywhere. And he went up this morning because there was a couple of things that weren't at the shops yesterday that we had to go and get some Dettol on that day because he had to go to Coles for something else, and so. But I don't know. He reckoned he was all right this morning, so he reckons he can only get till dinner time. He starts to feel really bad again. I know he's got something bad. It's not getting. Although I did too. I had it for 8 and still not 100%, to be honest. I'm sorry he's sick of whinging at you, but I'm just telling you that this is not good, whatever this thing is that we've got is hanging around. And all the people up the street have all got it too. Everybody's walking around coughing and... Anyway, so that's that bit. Now, I'm gonna trim that back nice. I'm going to take it off me pay. I'll put it over here. Just trim me bits. That's just me getting rid of the fluffy bits. Okay, so that's all right. I don't mind just having a little stitch there. That's a little bit of a stitch there. Now I'm going to do some bits on the green. And I know my time is going off, but if it's only been it'll only be up to 35 minutes, so I can do another 10 minutes after it's finished, I think. So I must turn it off though before it starts making a racket. Will I do the green? I think so. Just still use the same thing to do these bits of branches with that I can put little berries on or something. Something that'll, you know, go with that, I hope. I think I'll put this in the book. I'm wondering whether I will or not, because I'll just show you something in a minute. What I've got here. It's going to go in the book that I've nearly got made. 2 of them actually. But it's the size for this page is here, but it'll be for me to keep though. But I think I'll put this in the journal. I want to make nice pages for the journal. It'd be nice to have something that, you know, if somebody buys it, they'll have my work and different interesting things in there. I've got these here bits that I found the other day, see? And I thought, well, gee, I should be putting them in something. So I got that one there that I did a long time ago, a really long time ago. And it's got the ribbon embroidery with the jewel. Doesn't that look cool? And then felt. Then there's this one, you would have seen me make this. This is made out of some stuff that I got on off Temu, I think. That's where I got that from. Gee, time's going fast. Then there's this one that I did. I really like that. Love that thing. I think it's beaut. And then this one that I did. But, you know, so they're all about the same size. So I'm putting these all into a book so I can go back as a reference for them, and I can show you when I've done that. But see, this, I'm thinking this is about the same size, this thing, and I could, but it's not got anything different. I suppose it has. Got a few different things on there. So let's see, I've got a knot, okay. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to take out, I'm going to make some of these things like Jennifer Cloudston makes, and she does these things where she takes out she does these like stems and things on, lots of stems on the things that she does, stitches. I'm going to do a couple of those to put some berries on or something. Ouch. I have to sew myself to it. Back in there. I have to take this one back up here. It's flying by the seat of my pants here. I'm trying to think of how I remember some of the things that she did, but that doesn't matter. I can just do my own style anyway, can't I? Just whatever I want to put on there, I guess is probably the best idea, isn't it? I'm going to do them, and then I'm going to put some berries on them, okay? I've got some, do I need purple, red or yellow berries? Maybe a fluff coming through there, that's not good. It's a bit off. There's always a bit of stray stuff there around there, isn't there? Where are you? Let's cut it off anyway, whatever it is. I've got this caught up in my cotton. Don't know how this looks or if it's any good, but we're just going to go with it, eh? Do my best. Don't want that out. I don't like it. I'm putting it out here further. Then I'll put a bit underneath here. Oh dear, I better turn that off. Did it stop? No, I got it. Okay, so we've got 10 minutes. I'm just going to do some berries and show you some berries. I'll just finish that off now. I'll come back and do a bit more on it later. I'll do purple ones. Did I have any purple in this cotton I bought yesterday? There's a blue. It's blue. And a red one. I'd use a red berry. I don't think so, Sonia. I don't usually use a red berry. I don't know why. Yellow I'd like. Yellow I'd like. And this is a fairly thick one, so that should work really well. Let's see how that goes. And normally I would not use that, but oops, things have fallen out after me. That's not the good size needle. The good size needle would be this, but it's very long, that doesn't matter. As long as it goes through the fabric, it doesn't make a mess. Trying to get it through and break my arm or something. It's not a good idea. I just want to do a couple of little bits on there and see what it looks like. I might even have to put more thingies. Now let me see. I don't know, I've got to work out how to do these things. You've got to start at the bottom to come out and do. It's not actually, that won't be very well. I'm doing a little, this is just going to be a detached chain stitch on there. I don't know. And then do another one here. Actually, I won't, I'll do one here. My berry idea went out the window. I can still put some of them on there anyway, can't I? I just felt like I needed to do this a bit. Just want to put this bit on here. I know this needle looks awful big, but it's doing the job. That's what you need. Something that's going to work for you really well. Yeah. I put this one here. Yep, I'll find the right place to come out. Nice. Yeah, right. It's not exactly what I'm going for, but I'll have a go. See how I get it. See what happens. It doesn't look too bad. I'm thinking maybe I should just keep going with it and see what happens. You can see, you can't really tell until you've done a bit, can you? This is very thin, this fabric, and that's okay. It's very thin, and it's open, really open, just so you can sew on it really good. Now I'm going to have to put a stitch in the centre, okay? A stitch down the middle, so, oops, pulled on that too tight, didn't you? You need a stitch in the middle to fill it in. Doesn't quite do it, but we'll try a bit better. Try a bit harder this time. It's not going to fill it in if it's not going to fill it in, Sonia. I keep pulling it up too tight, just puckering it. Okay, down in there. Can't find the place to get. Here we go. We're through. Nobody panic. We're through. Oops. There's a bit of thickness in the under there. In the underneath. Yeah, I'll do a berry this time. I'm going to do some French knots or something. A couple of little purple French knots. Make it look like they're still alright, the French knots. Let's see if we got a purple thing. Give me something purple. That's cool. It's probably a good thickness too, because you need a bit something. You don't Don't want it to disappear down into the fabric. These are like they're cotton. They feel like paper though. It's sort of weird. They feel really. I suppose they're cottony things. I don't remember where we got these from now. Somewhere. They were from somewhere. Go and do a berry. I don't know if the berry would sit there, would he? Why not? I'm going to give it a try. Oh dear, look, I've cut through there part way. I'm going to have to take this out, undo that, and redo it. Maybe it was going in the wrong place too, so I might be able to redo that. I've gone to cut it and it hasn't cut through, so I've cut it twice and made a big mistake there. Right, the berries would be in the... I suppose they could be in this bit. Let's see what happens. Oh, I don't know. I'll do a French knot. No, I won't. I'm not happy with that, putting it there. I'm not happy with putting that there. These things, I guess because it's over the seam too, this is not sitting very flat for me. Probably need to give it an iron or something. I'll put a berry out here on this stem. I might feel better about that. Just wrap that around twice and make a knot through there. Okay, here's one. I only need to wrap it twice. I need too many times won't work. I want to put 3 in a bundle. A little bundle of 3 here. You can't even really see what they are, can you? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know about that. Well, I'm having trouble with the berry thing, aren't we? I'll have another go, and I'll just give you a few minutes because I think I'll just make a... I think I know what I'm going to do now. That didn't work. You have to take it out if it doesn't work. It don't look right. I'm not real sure about the green bits, but I thought I could fix that by putting the berries on there. But never mind. Not a berry. I'm just going to do a straight stitch, I think. Do over a couple of times and see what that looks like instead of putting a... There we go. Do over top of that again. Just make it a bit thicker. There we go. That looks alright. Not too disappointed with that. I'll put another bit up here. One will do, Sonia. One will do. One stitch. Where's the elbow thing there for that? This one for this one. I do like the idea of using lots of different threads, so I'm hoping I'm thinking about getting me wool threads out too and using them as well too, because people are doing that, putting all sorts of stuff, threads into a lady that's Marion's World now. She's really good. You need to go and watch her. She's really good at what she does. She's a fantastic crafter, that lady. Oh, she's so good. Oh, I'm binge watching her videos. I'm just going to watch all of them. She hasn't been putting stuff up there very long, I don't think, so I'm just going to binge watch all the videos because she is so good. She's a very talented lady. Well, I don't know what they are, but that doesn't matter, does it? It can be just anything. So I'm going to go now because time's up, I'm sure, and I will talk to you later. So be good. Have a bit of a stitch along. Do whatever you like. Play. Have fun, you know, because it is fun. Put some things up on the group. Show me what you made. Have a bit of a look about. See what everybody else is doing. You know, just for the idea, not necessarily. Just want to see what people are making, and then you get ideas. Because sometimes, you know, we're not full of ideas. You got to get them from nature's where you get a lot of ideas from. Just outside, you can see where your flowers and things are, and how your trees and things grow, and how the stems and that are, and everything. If you go outside and have a look, and it's amazing, you know, what you'll come up with. You think it'll be really good. You don't have to sow every branch or anything like that, but it's like fun. It is good fun. Better. I'd rather do this than read a book. I mean, I used to read a fair bit years ago, but I'd only look at the what's the name ones now, the craft ones now. I couldn't be bothered with reading the fairy stories. I used to really love those scary ones. Couldn't read them now though. Scare me. There we go. I think it looks really cool, and I will work out what the heck I'm going to do with the rest of it. I was going to say what the heck. And I'll think of something. It'll be fine. I've got to put more stuff on there. That'll look good. Don't you think it looks good? I like it. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.